Okay, okay. Happy Sunday. Happy day before having to go back to work day. How is everybody? Are we doing good? Are we doing great? Are we ready to get to Duna? We are one step closer. Our mission's been pretty good. I think the last mission we did, something happened. I can't remember. I think we forgot the gold peak on the rocket. So our Kerbals went crazy. Something like that. I don't know. Can't remember. But it has been going quite smooth. Hopefully, we can keep it that way. Let me get this on my Discord. There it is. Okay. You know what? Let's bother some people. We're gonna bother everybody. Everybody today. You get a message. You get a message. You get a message. All right. Uh. Cool. Cool. Let's get the chats up, and then we'll get started. Oh yeah, I remember. I was just about to do. I think I was going to the Mun. I was going to land on the Mun, and I accidentally disengaged my a section way too prematurely. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Everything is peachy. Internet is good. Gold Peak is delicious. Mmm. So smooth. So tasty. Alright, let's get started. But I would say overall. What? What are you booing? I know you ain't booing Gold Peak. What is that, koi? So yeah, I would say the program so far to get to Duna has been going roughly smooth. Minimal problems so far. Making a bookshelf sounds fun. Maybe this is the one we was working on. Yeah, and it was like more than enough power. Like we still had the large stage as we were coming in for a landing. Let's open this. Oh, one thing we learned, we want to change these. Because when they open up, they're permanently open, and we don't want that. We want the ones that will retract. Those things are some thick boys. Extend. Retract. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's what we want. Jesus, there we go. I like to use liquid fuel boosters instead of solid fuel. Yeah, these are liquid fuel. They're just big. Fuck, I clicked on it. Now I gotta get it back on. There we go. Yeah, they're liquid. You can see the separate tanks all the way down. I'm using the, what are these? Skippers. And then I think it's right here. Yeah. Right here is a different stage. And that's a Terrier for space. And this is what we're going to use to land on Mun. Yeah, because if I remember correct, the last mission I did before I got off and went to bed, I was tired. I got onto Mun, did all my stuff, and then when I left, let me get my Gold Peak rocket. When I left, right, like if the cap is this part up here, right, I launched, pressed space to launch, and then I accidentally pressed space again, detaching it, but it was still pushing, but it was like this, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get home. I can't reattach. So I had did a oopsies poopsies and had to restart. But it was fine. It was all a dream. It was a dream. That's why that happened. There we go. Didn't like how that wasn't all lined up. Alright, let's make sure we have everything. We have the temp. I can't even see the other one. Okay, we need to spin around to the other side. There it is. Okay. We go here. Rotate. Bring it down quite a bit. Do the same with this. There we go. Then we can slap these massive puppies back on here. Yeah, I could have, and I know I could have gotten like in and out, but imagine trying to go from Mun's gravitational pull and then trying to get the Kerbal to basically push your shuttle, the remaining of your shuttle, back to Kerbin. It was late. It was bedtime. Okay, that's all hooked up. Let's go ahead. We'll keep that open for now. We have that. First booster and our disengage. Second rocket. And then 2 rockets here. Or 4 rockets, I should say. We have the battery pack, right? Yeah, batteries on there. Solar's on there. We have all the pieces of science, right? Yeah, all the pieces we can have so far. Okay, we need to make sure. Set 1. Custom 1. Crew report. Conduct material study. Mystery goo. Yep, observe. Log pressure data. And log temperature. Okay. Leaving the Kerbin in orbit for 40 years is a better option? Yeah. The problem was, is the rocket was engaged, so it was actively burning, and I couldn't get the Like, trying to get the aircraft off of it probably wasn't gonna do anything. Okay, custom 2. What do we have for custom 2? Ah, storage unit. So press 1 to engage all the science. Press 2 to put all the science into the storage unit. And then do we have anything for 3? Opening and closing the service bay. Okay. Do we have our lights in there? Yes, we do. Okay. We have lights for our shuttle. We have landing gear. Last but not least... Yeah, for some reason it always puts him back with his stupid pack. I don't want you to have your stupid jetpack. There we go. Okay. Let's do this thing. To Mun. And then after we get to Mun, we're gonna make some satellites. Unmanned, maybe? We'll see. Okay. SAS on. What kind of throttle do we have here? 1.57. That's perfect. Thrust limiter is a little low. I don't think the thrust limiter is lower than that. Good. I'm checking all the thrusts because that's one thing I noticed last time. All right. SAS on. Rocket ready. Pilot. Who do we have in there? Jeb? Oh, shoot. Nope. Who put Jeb in there? Who put Jeb in there? Jeb, you've been trying to be the main character, Mr. I'm a pilot, I can do everything. We don't need you. We need the scientist. Scientist is more important. Alright, go on, Bob. Okay, check this, see if it reset it, which it did. I don't understand that. Okay. Now, we launch. Okay. Let's put the oop, what the heck? There we go. Let's put the SAS on. Let's put our focus to here. That's a little high. Here. Okay. SAS on. Throttle max. Smash that like button. And subscribe. It's a little wiggly. I'm gonna have to put struts next time. It's alright though, things are going smooth, just slowly start tilting. When we get our apoapsis to about 80K, then we'll cut the engines. Trying something new. I'm gonna see if it's more efficient. As you see, the thrust to weight ratio keeps going up. If we lower the engines as that goes up, will it still be efficient enough to save what we need? It's actually working really fucking well. Is that how we're supposed to have been doing it the whole time? I thought big burn meant big better, but I guess not. I guess slow burn as we get higher up is better. Okay. Almost to the 80. 80, cut engines. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was fucking amazing. Add maneuver. I see your chat in Twitch. Just give me 1 second. I am limited on time. But I see you. What's the thing they do in Avatar? I see you. I felt kind of gay doing that. Okay. Maneuver. Slowly tilting. We have a minute. Porker the Obese. What is up, sir? Ma'am? Person? How are you? Alright, we're going to want the burner and the detach at the same time. That way when we detach, it gets away from the rockets so they don't smack into us. We are officially in space. Apoapsis is unchanged. 40 seconds till our burn. What are you laughing at, Koi? That I'm still learning? What sucks is that means these are going to be stuck in space. Which is fine, because that'll give us a mission to collect space debris, and it'll give us more practice and more stuff like catching objects moving in an orbit. It's not a in-game mission, but it is a mission to our main goal. Why didn't the things detach? Hold on. Oh, what happened? Why did everything not detach at once? That was weird. This is entirely vanilla. Burn, detach, burn, detach. Why didn't it detach? Okay, that's fine. We'll adjust and try again. Just hard to jump straight into the KSP stream without context. Yeah. I played for an extended period, brand new, not knowing what I was doing, slowly figuring it out. Got to the point where I was trying to land on Duna. Started to get, I wouldn't say tired of the game, but probably overwhelmed. So I took a long break from it and finally coming back. So the main goal is to get to Duna. Yeah, I clicked space to stage, and I had the burner and the disengage stage in the same stage. So for some reason, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. But oh well. Sometimes having a second chance gives me an opportunity to be a little bit more efficient. smooth. Going real good. Real good. A wibble wobble. Still have a lot in the tank. Well, not a lot, but... just gonna cruise here for a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that wasn't as efficient, but that's fine. Still learning the most efficient way. I should burn heavy for it a little longer. Okay, there's the 82. But it's a really good start with our apoapsis for sure. Nearly completely round already. Go ahead and make it a nice 81 on both sides, yeah? Okay. Porker, have you played a lot of Kerbal? Tilt, tilt, tilt. Which I'm fine getting into this burner now because that means the debris will probably fall back to Earth, which is nice. Means I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, see, this guy's in like a perfect orbit. We'll have to deal with him someday. The ones we did, they're going to come right back into Earth. Into the water, which is perfect. Just how you want it to be. Alright, let's go ahead and warp to our next jump. What's up, Passion? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Back. Burn time's only 9 seconds. That's fantastic. I would say that's probably more efficient than our last burns, because usually it's like 30 seconds. I think we had our angle really good. I think we just throttled down a little too early. Next time we'll let it burn heavy for a little longer before we start throttling down. Alright, 30 seconds. Speed up time a little bit. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, burn. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, let's double check. Apoapsis 81, Parapus 78. Well done. We're not too far off of perfect horizontal, so it is Bob still there, yes, okay. I was like, oh no, we didn't like forget Bob. It looks like maybe if we go here. Yep. Looks like we can almost get like a perfect orbit. Looks like we can come in and then like get an orbit, and then we can just adjust it a bit. Let's look. look at that. I mean, we're gonna be like SpaceXing right now, but you know, we can adjust it. What about right there? How's that look? About the same. That's fine. We can adjust it halfway. So, um, back to the ship. Let's get to our maneuver. Trying to fit 50 experiments into a service bay? Wow. Were you successful at your try? Or is this kind of like an attempt you're going to come back to later? Alright, 50 seconds. Let's speed up time. Alright. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Burn. Stack service bays and a 210-ton rocket can barely get to orbit. Yeah, probably. Either bigger engine or, yeah, bigger engine. I mean, more fuel would only add weight. More engines. There you go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We'll get about halfway and we'll add a maneuver. Okay. There we go. Let's go about 20. What happened? There we go. Perfect. Let's tilt it too. We want it to be better tilted. There we go. Alright, and then we'll add maneuver here, and we'll get an orbit. Well, not really an orbit, but a path to landing. Yeah, orbit first, and then land. $24. 17, huh? $20.32. Okay. That's a little better. YouTube is acting a little weird today. It's making it look like my view count is going all kinds of wonky. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get back to our craft and see how we're doing. Oh, it's dark. Let's open up the bay. Then open the bay. Okay, there we go. Extend solar panels. You only extended one. I swear, this game acts so weird sometimes. Let's turn the lights on. No, not free camera. Ooh, what was it? What's to turn the lights on again? There's that, so there we go. Okay. And camera here, because this is mainly what we want to see is all the sciencey stuff. We will need better lights in there sooner or later. Okay. Oh look, it's Mun. U is lights. Okay. U. Yeah, I pressed V and it started like going crazy. Didn't like that at all. Let's go ahead. First off, we need to get to our maneuver. I was gonna say aiming straight at the moon isn't gonna help. Alright, we're at our maneuver. We're gonna warp to our next burn. Sweet. Our panels are working, shining right towards the sun. I really like how they do that. That way you don't have to worry about rotating it. It's just always straight to the sun. Alright, 40 seconds. Speed up time just a little bit. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. And we're done. Okay. We're on our path-ish. We're a little higher than expected, but that's fine. Let us 22, 40. All right, we can adjust that a bit, yeah. $37, 24. 36, 26. Screw orbit. We have a good path for landing. There we go. Yeah, I like that. We might be able to get a landing in this giant crater. That's facing right at the sun, so we'll be on the bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. Okay, we'll need to extend the antenna. There we go. Okay. Let's fast travel to this point. I like watching it from this view because you actually get to see yourself get close to the moon. Right now, it just seems like we launch out in front of the moon, And we're just kind of waiting for the moon to catch up to us to a point where we come up behind it and then get into an orbit and land. Alright, let's do some science. Okay, we didn't have material study. We'll take that. We'll scratch the crew report. We'll scratch atmospheric pressure with temperature. And we'll scratch zoo. Goo. Transfer data. EVA. I don't think you need an EVA report. No. Okay. Climb down a bit and restore. Forward. Nicely done. Okay, next burn is in an hour. Let's hit our maneuver. I love about the first day in a career mode, they set it up so you can tell if you had better parts and more power, you could make it there in one day. I never actually, like, I want to do, like, a legit career mode, but at the same time, it seems so grindy, you know? It seems like to do everything you need to do on money, you know, your reputation, your science. It's like the main thing you need is the science to improve, but like, I guess over time is how do you get money? I feel like over time you just stop. And sometimes some of the little missions you have to do are so annoying. Alright, 50 seconds to burn for an 8-second burn. Gotta pay attention to that because last time I wasn't paying attention and didn't realize the 0.8-second burn. I made it work though, with some skill. 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. There we go. How's that looking? Oh yeah, that's real good. Real good. Because it looks like we're going to hit here, but as we slow down, it'll probably most likely be in that giant crater. Hopefully right here. This is kind of what we're going to land for, is right here. This kind of empty spot in between these craters. But now that we got far away, we should be able to get close by, right? No? Oh. Yeah, that's right, material study. Because we didn't get that last time, because we did a loop around Mun, but we didn't have our science buddy with us. So, collect data. Let's go in EVA. EVA report. We didn't get the EVA report last time either. Close doors and restore. Board. It's really not that bad. You can get a quarter of the tech tree from a single mission around Kerbal unless you turn the rewards down to 10%. Not including just driving a rover around the Space Center. Yeah. I forgot about that Space Center trick. Okay, let's go and face retrograde. But after we land on Mun and get all the information, that means we'll have been done with Mun and Minmus. The next plan will be to put a satellite around Kerbal, a polar satellite around Mun, and then another polar satellite around Minmus. Because can't you... People say you can mine material, and you can do that to, like, launch here to, like, a space center, and the space center can, like, collect that and turn it into fuel, so that way you can be, like, fully fueled off. So if you want to do a longer trip to, like, Duna, I just noticed Duna's orbit is kind of sideways, like it's closer over here than over here. Same with this one. Further away from the sun, close to the sun. We're probably at a really good spot to try and get to Eve, honestly. I need to get back before time catches up to me and I crash. Yeah, you can harvest fuel and resources from most planets. You'll need a resource scanning probe to map it out. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'll be getting there soon. Asteroids too. My one thing I don't know how to do yet, which I want to learn how, is if, like, on your planet you have your mothership, like, orbiting it, and you take a craft down, do all your sciencey stuff, and then regroup with the mothership and reconnect and then head home. You know, that's one thing I don't know how to do yet, the whole catching up to your ship. So that's gonna be fun to try and learn. Let's fast travel to about here. Ah, yes, beautiful sunlight. Recharge those batteries. We are slowing down too. We're coming in pretty warm, but we got some giant rockets to slow us down. We need to hurry up and change retrograde though. And that's gonna be a fun episode. Long story short, the closer one to the center goes, faster. You make them meet by exploiting that. Hold on. Let me land first, and I'm gonna reread that, because you make it sound like it's simple. One thing I hate about landing on mud in Kerbal is, like, I look really close to... Ooh, it's because I am. Holy crap. Okay, burn, 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 burn. Slow down. Okay. We missed our target by a lot. But that's fine. Anywhere we can land flat is good. Okay. That's going to be a fun episode. Long story short equals the closer one to the center goes faster. You can make them meet by exploiting that. What do you mean by center? It looks like we're going to be hitting in this crater, actually. Maybe I can make it... Yeah, let's not go in the crater. Ooh. What are you doing? Come on, ship. Go back retro. We might have to drop this engine. It might be a little too... Damn it, I did it again. Shit. I pressed Z and my thumb went down on Z. My damn fat fingers, man. Alright, let's get this quickly. SAS on. He's there. That's there. If you have two probes orbiting the Mun, one at 75 and one at 100, the one at 75 will do more orbits in the same amount of time than the 100 one. Okay. So it would be better to try to link the 75 one to the 100 one? Is that basically what you're saying? Because it'll catch up to the one that's at 100? Full throttle, launch. That was a really good entry too, man. You were doing really good. Let's get some tilt. Anytime our thrust of weight reaches 2, we're going to throttle down a bit. Staying pretty damn center to the horizon. Not speeding up as much. Five Apo, we're getting there. They're pretty good actually. $80, cut engines. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to remember that. So if I have one with bigger engines, it would probably be better to have the one with bigger engines on the close orbit. 81 and 77 should be good. All right, let's hit our maneuver quickly. Very nice launch profile. Take advantage of that free gravity. Yep. Yeah, I always notice that the thrust to weight ratio, even though it start at like 1.5, as you're going, that number would increase. So it's like, why not slow down? You know, we're basically using the momentum to carry us. We don't need as much. It's like a car. Yeah, you got to step on the gas pretty hard to get going, but once you get to a roughly decent speed, you just let off the gas and maintain. All right, 30 seconds to burn, and we're going to space once to release, space again to start the engines. "20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Disengage, burn. Beautiful. This is a lot longer burn though than I had it last time. Last time I had like an 8-second burn. which is fine because, like, I don't need to be as efficient. 81, 77, perfect. And the cool thing is, leaving all these guys in space. Ooh, ooh, no, hold up. No, I won't. Sweet. Okay, they're gonna go back to Earth. Awesome. Awesome. I did do some practice on this one thing, and what I did was I put a little one of those robots on the top of these rockets, so that way if they were in a, if they, usually if they had fuel, right, that they could retrograde, burn the rest of their fuel, and fall back to Earth. Or, like if you're doing career mode, right? If you, the more pieces you can save, the more money you get back, right? I had it to where I had parachutes all on one side, right? So it would retrograde, come back into orbit, try to like land roughly in one direction so it didn't like burn up and explode, and then had the parachutes open and just had it float down nice and soft, and I was able to retrieve them, which was pretty cool. For years, while they make engines capable of high speeds while also having speed limits, turns out fuel efficiency is a thing. Yeah, turns out. Who'd have thunk? See, this guy might cause a problem at some point. That didn't seem half bad. It's gonna be a little longer trip than I would have liked, but that's fine. We're also passing on the wrong side. No, we're not. I'm basically taking a large loop and coming in. I don't like that, though. I mean, if I have to, I'll wait. Okay. Okay, we got 2 minutes. We need to get to maneuver. You get a percentage cost for the distance from the KAC and made them drive back to pick it up. It's fine. How to get a mod to get the monetary value back for my saved parts? They just despawn after 2.5 kilometers if you ditch them in the atmosphere. Huh. Okay, 1 minute. Come on. All that junk in the way. Fine. We'll just roll with that. Stop it. There we go. 1 minute. Facing the right way, and we have plenty of fuel. No need to press spacebar right now. We ain't even gonna look at the spacebar. We're not even gonna put anything on the spacebar. My arch nemesis. Okay. 10 seconds. 2, 1, burn. It's a pretty long burn. 30-second burn. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure when it comes to the long run, just crashing them into Earth might be just the better option. Or waiting to have a craft that can go up and recover them. Good, good, good. Okay. I move the throttle max min keys to keypad and plus and minus after too many fat fingers of my own. Yeah. Yeah. If I have, it's middle finger Z, pointer finger X, and then thumb on space. But sometimes I get too excited, and when I want to press, my whole hand just goes down. And yeah, I smack the ooh, that is a high orbit. Bring that down. Down. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's get back to the ship. Okay, 3 should open. Yep. I should have done one for the panels too. So they would all extend. There we go. Let's do science and see if we have anything that we didn't do yet. Nope. 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 Okay. Warp to our launch. It is a 5-second burn. Need more gold peak, man. Getting tired over here. But first, water, because water is important. I wonder which one I'd have a better chance of sponsoring me. Ozarka or Gold Peak? You know? That'd be a fun one to see how that happens. All right. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Good. 34. A little higher than I had it, but that's fine. Add maneuver. Adjust. 24, 34. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Because we're going to come in here, and then we're going to come around. And we could do another maneuver, like So that way we know it's probably time to start slowing down, you know? Maybe disengage our big rocket and start using our little rocket. Okay. Let's warp here. We're to the point where we can turn our lights on, extend the antenna. Could import your own flag with a drink-themed design and cover all your crafts. Oh my goodness, I can, can't I? I could just take a freaking gold peak design. Oh man, why haven't I done that? Okay. While that's maneuvering, let's do some science. We'll keep that. Trash, 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 trash. Transfer it. EVA. Restore. Okay. Go back in. Alright, we have an hour till our movement. And then we'll have from here to here to do a little bit more science. Maneuver. Surround the logo in lights so it's lit up all the time. Just gold peak written on the whole side like it's a truck. Like it's a transport truck. Big old dually. A semi. Okay, warp complete. 50 seconds. Let's speed up time. Okay. 8 seconds for a 10-second burn. 3, 2, 1, burn. Three, 2, 1, stop. Ooh. All right, beautiful. All right, we have 20 minutes till our next burn, so we can start our incline. Let's go ahead and I couldn't see our panels for a second. Science. Okay, material study, good. No crew report, no atmospheric pressure, no temperature gauge, no goo. Okay, EVA. EVA report, yep, good. Climb down. Almost forgot. Board. Hit 2. Collect the data. Now EVA. And restore. Board. Perfect. Now your campaign has a purpose. Dropping off, say, 500 tons of drink-filled fuel tanks on every planet. Yeah. It is a 1-second burn. So how about we throttle down? I don't like 1-second burns. Oh, that's gimbal limit. You know what? Screw it. We're good. If anything, we'll just land a little closer than what we wanted. Maneuver, which is probably technically retrograde. I always try to get my burns to 30 seconds for maximum control. Yeah, I'm cool with like 10 seconds. I could get a good, I'll do like a good 10 seconds. I'll sometimes do 5 seconds, but 1 second, man, that stuff can seem pretty short. I don't know if you saw the one where I had the 0.8 second burn. I didn't have time to adjust my burners, so I just fucking sent it. And I like nailed it right on the money. Alright, 50 seconds, speed up time. Alright, 10 seconds. Nice. Okay, where does that put us? Okay, that's good. As we slow down, which will slow down super fast, maybe we'll hit here or inside one of these craters. We could burn hard right now and get inside the big crater. Which we're technically over right now. Let's focus retrograde. Guess what I should do when we're in space and we're going on a planet with no gravity is decouple these. Yeah? I mean, we're adding more weight with decoupling, but we'll have less weight to move. Because these are completely unnecessary in space. But anytime I put them on the rockets that disengage, the shuttle doesn't act right. Alright. We're only traveling at 486 meters per second, and we're not really speeding up either, which is nice. We will be, though, closer we get to the planet. Adjust that before we make that mistake. How's power and everything looking? Perfectly fine. As we slow burn, we should probably retract those. What other games you like to play, Passion? I think we talked about it before. You like games like this and sandbox and survivor games, right? Something like that? Okay, we're nearing outside the crater. I'm looking, this spot seems pretty flat. I wonder if we can aim for it. Actually, this spot, because we might be too close to this crater. Right here doesn't seem too bad. So let's retract the solar panels so that way we don't have to worry about them breaking as we close the doors on them, but that's fine. And as we get over the spot we want, since we can burn hard and basically go vertical, Arma Reforged is fun to watch. The skill curve is extreme. I like games that demand a lot of player input. Yeah, that's what you said. Arma Reforged. I don't think I have that one. Yeah, I said last time that I want to get back into Satisfactory again, but I need to finish Power World first. I've done too much in Power World. Kind of just stop. I'm getting pretty close though. I got a team ready that I'm gonna get a little stronger. to capture the big whale. And then I feel like after that, it's basically, it's not actually game over, but it'll be close to it. I'll still have a few bosses to beat. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. I like games that make me think or at least work hard. Like, I want to play Elden Ring or any Souls-like game. Black Myth Wukong, Dark Souls. Schedule 1 is a fun one. I do want to play that one on stream, like a playthrough of it. The Librarian game was actually quite fun. I don't know if you heard of that. I have a video of that one. I don't know. It's like a it tickles the tism of cleanliness, you know, trying to keep things clean. Okay, just like last time, at 1,000 feet, we'll disengage the big rocket, but we're going to use that one to, or not 1,000 feet, 1,000 meters. That one's going to, this big one is going to be our main one to slow us down. So that way we have as much fuel as possible in this tank to get us off planet. I think what I will do, since we'll be so close, let's go ahead and extend these. Make me feel a little bit more safe. Yeah, it is the book sorting one. There's been a few copycats. I don't think they themselves, the creator of the book sorting one, has released anything themselves. There was a wine, like the drink, wine bottle collection sorter one just like it. And then there was another one, I can't remember, but not the same company. These are the parts that, like, whoa, why are we tilting? That not just make me antsy because, like, this is where things go wrong, but also the most nerve-wracking because of how slow this process is. Oh yeah, the game is fun. It's really interesting. Like, you get little magic powers to help you sort, and it's like as you're going and the books are going up, it's real rewarding as you're going. It's a fun game. I'd give it a try if you haven't. All right, almost at 2,500 meters out. Let's do an F5, yeah? Let's save here so if we mess up, we can just load it back. We're going to try to keep it below 50 meters per second. You know what I should have done? Instead of trying to burn all this fuel up, I should have put landers on it too. That way if I had enough fuel, I could have just landed it, you know? Oh yeah, Tactical Thinkers. Have you played any Total War games? Those are fun. Alright, one last good burn. Disengage. And burn. There we go. That should crash down, blow up, and hopefully roll out of the way. Oh yeah, pieces scattered. Good. 5. Hold on. Luck. Hey. Shogun 2 was my favorite, but I got a bit silly. I think the last one I played was Total War Attila. I played the Total War Warhammer ones a lot, and those ones are a lot of fun. The sheer amount of different troops they can get creative with. Now, can I do anything to adjust this? Like, if I want this to push more to, like, push up, you know, so it's not tilted as much, can I do that? How can I do that? Is there a way to do that? Like, I want to push up on this one and this one. Auto strut locked. Doesn't look like it, which is fine. I think everything's locked, and we have touchdown. We can open this back up and extend our solar panels back out so we're getting some sun. We are sun facing. Recharge our batteries. Let's do our science. Material study. Crew report. Atmospheric pressure. Temperature scan. And mystery goo. Alright. We're going to transport that to the storage. EVA. Please don't tip. Please don't tip. Okay. EVA report. Jump. How do you do the... Ugh. Shoot, how do you do the... Is it F? V? C? R? 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 Take surface sample. Perform EVA science. Oh yeah, right to Earth, buddy. Send it back to Earth. Wata! Alright, another 100. Let's go out a bit. Plant flag. Even though I've done this before, it makes me so happy. Yeah, imagine if that just said Gold Peak T. Passion, you have the greatest ideas, man. Yeah. Okay. We did the science. We already did EVA. We took surface sample, right? Yep. Should we remove our helmet? See if it's breathable? It just dies. Okay. Let's get back on the ship. Restore all samples. You could even bring a portable light to illuminate the flag next time. Yeah, definitely could. Before we leave, let's go ahead and restore that. It's not necessary because we're done, but yeah, I would just get rid of the parachute. You don't need a parachute. If things go bad, he's gonna die anyway, so, right? Retract and retract. When we get back, we're gonna have to do a command just for opening those, so I don't have to click that. Alright, close that. I do have a command for that. It's just right there. Easy. Okay. It was fun. Look at that shot, though. I'm taking a screenshot of that. Oh, shoot. Clicked off the game. There we go. Beautiful shot. Alright, let's go home. SAS back on. Let's... Which way should we go? So basically, to get a good rotation, we should just aim straight for the Earth. $18,000. Add maneuver. Ooh. Okay. This is probably unnecessary, but it's fun. 17-second burn. Alright, 50 seconds. Let's speed up time. Two, one, launch. Four, three, two, one. There we go. Okay, we are back in orbit. 16. Okay. And from, I don't know, here? We mainly just want to get... Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. Get us there in 2 days. Okay, so that's where we're gonna launch and go there, and we're gonna get caught by his orbit right there. Okay, and then we can use that to come in. Sweet. Okay. 12-second burn. Let's focus on it. It's 40 minutes, so speed up time. Do a quick lap. Open. Extend. Extend. Okay. Yeah, I need to put those on the same one on the open. So like they open as it's opening. Yeah. Alright, 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Alright, burn complete. Double check. Perfect. Alright, and then we'll probably burn here and add a maneuver. Bring it nice and in. To about 30 kilometers. Sweet. It's only a 20-second burn time. Alright, let's watch how... Let's take a freaking screenshot of that too. That's fantastic. Beautiful. I love this game, man. Alright, let's fast travel to our point. We get to watch ourselves go out into space. Get picked up by Kerbal. We say bye to the moon. As it eclipses. Yes, I'm in science mode. The moon eclipses. Oh no, we won't see the moon eclipse over the sun. Alright, 50 seconds. Space our maneuver. Luckily, we're small and light, so we turn a lot easier now. Speed up time. Five. 20-second burn. We'll see how much fuel we have left once we do this. Not a bad amount. What's that, like maybe a fifth? A fifth of our fuel? Yeah? Just about a fifth? So plenty of fuel to spare. I wouldn't say plenty of fuel, but fuel to spare. That was a very good mission. Had to restart because of, fat fingers, but hey. We did a good job. We can go ahead and lower the antenna. Okay. Yes, plenty of Delta V for emergency maneuvers, which I don't think we'll need to. We could also use the Delta V to slow down as we get into the atmosphere. Close. Alright, let's warp to here. Click retrograde so when we come out. Cool to land on this spot. What? Go eat some. Go for it. Okay. That is retrograde, right? Yeah. Okay. Electric charge is 0. That's why we're not shifting. Crap. Open. Open, 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 open. I closed those way too early. I'm on science mode. Oh no. Hold up. I don't have enough energy to turn, and we're being eclipsed by the sun. Turn, damn you. Houston. Oh, there we go. Ah, we got an inch of power. Whoo! Okay. That was almost a problem. IBR Emery TV. Yeah, we're on science mode. Oh. Yeah, put the solar panels in way too early. Oh, he's aiming for the crater. Try for the southwest edge of the central island. I'm not trying to aim for it, but I thought it'd be cool to aim for it. Let's let electric charge go back to max, because that wasn't scary. I think we'd have been fine on entry, but that could have been a problem because we're going to be coming in landing on the dark side. So if I didn't have power, things would have went bad. Once the batteries are fully charged, I'll close them back up. I mean, I won't need much more power, but retract, retract. Let's go ahead and once we hit the atmosphere, we'll burn the rest of our fuel, because why not? Just to help out on the slowing down process, so we're not coming in at, you know, Mach fuck. What was that? Was I just tickled by the Kraken? Let's engage. Ooh, that's dangerously close. Don't touch me! It's because he was still burning as I disengaged on accident. I freaked out when I saw the fire. He's actually coming at a good angle. He might make it. I mean, he made it through the atmosphere, but he might, like, burn up. He's definitely going to crash and explode, but he's not going to explode in space. Oh! I spoke too soon. I forgot I could, like, reduce that by 100 to save some weight. Let's go ahead and open parachutes. That way we don't have to worry about it. Successful mission. Oh no. No, it's there. Okay. I was like, did I put my detacher too high? But no, here's my service bay. Okay. Which I have all the data collected, so we should get a lot of science. Hopefully like a good 1,000. Good 1,000 would be great. It's because I had the lights on. That's why we burnt so much electric charge. So even though I closed everything up, I still had the lights going. So when we did that long warp, it burnt all the power. Thank goodness we weren't on the dark side. That would have been a problem. Alright, let's speed things up. Parachutes are all open. We're slowing down dramatically. Depending where we land, we might be able to do... I wonder, Passion, do you think it'd be a good idea to have my disconnect and my heat shield underneath the science buddy? That way, wherever we land on Earth, we can use the science buddy again on the different region. Earth, Kerbin. I mean, it'd give us a few points, but nothing substantial. Emery TV, how long have you played this game? If you're still here. And successful, beautiful touchdown. Let's tip it over. How about we do some science while we're here? A few points there, a few points there, a few points there. EVA. EVA report. Nope, nothing there. Surface sample. Got a little bit. Alright, recover. The science bay is the best left in orbit in places and shifted around. The processing speed is so slow, but the gains are high. Yeah. 973. I didn't think we'd get close to 1,000. I thought like 750. 900. Hell yeah. Okay. These are bigger panels. Don't think we need bigger panels. Yet. Maybe. Maybe for our satellite we'll need it. But we do have more science we can do. We have a relay antenna. Science monitor. Ground deployed sensor contains very delicate... Okay. Magnetometer boom. Okay. So the seismometer, we need to be on the planet, right? Will that give us science? Or just seismic? No, yeah, because it's measuring. I'd attach it to your polar scanning probe so you can multi-purpose with a polar orbit. Maybe harvest fuel, refueling the probe, send your scientists to the next planet. Yeah. I mean, we want this science for sure. What's in this science? Drone core. After its testing improved safety factor, next generation modules, Mark II series engines, AC-7 aerospace got. Communitron. Allows far more reliable communication. Okay. So that's just all antenna stuff. That's not even science anymore. Fuel cell. Radioscope thermoelectric generator. Oh crap. It's space only, but the accelerometer will be handy. You need a crew to operate the deployed stuff. Probe. Oh god, it's a bot. Ew. Be gone, thought. So this is coming into the fully functional and create a lightweight command unit. Okay, so this is starting to go into your actual trying to make your satellites as small as possible, yeah? Bigger container module. Plus mobility enhancer. Comes equipped with advanced telescopic extension technology limited load. Oh, it's a ladder. I was like, what the fuck is that? Cargo storage. Okay. So, I mean, there's nothing in here we really need. Oh, you talk about the container module, just like I was doing with the rest of the stuff, like the satellites and the science stuff and yeah. So that way it's safe during entry. I feel like we will need these for sure. Don't know what these are really for, but the fuel tanks will be nice. Werner engine. Huh. Okay. Landing can, service bay, PPD 12 cupola model. Okay. What do we got here? Struts. Weather analyzer. So we could stick this on a planet and get science? Is that what that's saying? But we'll also have to bring... What is it? The little mobile solar piece? The panels? Those Venner engines are handy to get your nose out of the water if you make a speedboat plane. The weather thing is deployable. Right click. Okay. Yeah, but to use it I would need these panels, right? Scanning tech, here we go. Small modules include soil, seismic, sample tools when used landing on a planet or moon. Sample data gathered can be used to increase the accuracy of orbital survey scanners. Okay. Atmospheric fluid spectropherometer. Scanning arm. This is where most of the science is now. Drill-o-matic, mining excavator, convertotron. Okay. Drill-o-matic, holding tank, Okay, so this is all the drilling stuff. Detailed information about the planet or moon that it orbits through the data is limited to the spot directly below the scanner. Huh. Ah, okay. Surface scanner could tell you that. Okay. Okay, let's think. We need to work towards this stuff. Infrared light to detect celestial bodies such as asteroids that may pose a risk to Kerbin. Okay. Survey scanner. Device per. So this needs to be in the atmosphere, right? Spice. Okay. Warranty void if exposed to air. Isn't it all about reading the air? That one alone is 300. That's 60, that's 90. We're not going to have enough to get to it. I guess the best thing we can do... Yeah, you can get heaps of science hitting all the biomes above and below 18K on Kerbin with the atmosphere thing. Okay. That's when planes come in handy, yeah? Just fly with the plane and have that little piece. Where'd it go? On the plane, just getting the science. Advanced landing. I don't think we need any of this. Heat shield, bigger heat shield. Good robust science plane. Yeah. I could design a pretty good plane. Oops. I really don't need that yet. Do we have... Yeah. We have Mark II command pods. That way we can take 2 people, which can be nice. I'm also thinking heavier rockets. Heavier rockets might not be necessary. Because relay antenna would be nice. That would be helpful, but not necessary. These panels might be helpful. Engine can enter construction mode during missions and detach parts, like those fins. Yeah. Oh, so I wouldn't need to do detacher. I can just have him do it. Interesting. Where's the science bay? The big thing where you can have scientists in it running science tests. Where did that go? There it is. Mobile processing lab. Alright, so let's do this. And we'll do this. We have 243. Okay. How about we do... Because I would like to get this stuff on my, you know, the survey scanner and the infrared telescope on what's the word I'm looking for? On my satellites. So I'm thinking what we do, those scanning arms are for anomalies. We keep coming back to the requirement for scanners soon. Okay. What I'm thinking, we keep the shuttle, right? We have new science. Does the accelerometer give us science? I don't know if it does. Seismic scans. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure. So we have one of two options. We can use this aircraft because we have two new science things, right? Technically three, but that one's kind of weird. You have to be like orbiting and shit. That's kind of like a long-term thing. That'd be like sending this crew out there doing the long-term science stuff and coming back. But we could do a fun but difficult single mission where we get the magnetometer readings on Kerbal, Mun, and Minmus. It'll probably be Kerbal, Minmus, and then hit Mun on the way back. Right? Or we can go back to Mun and Minmus and do the accelerometer and the magnetometer. Diagnostic scans can only trigger when landed. I'd make a rover and put it on there and drive around the KCS with it in the future. Okay. That's a good idea. Or I could put it on... Or... My comments are sponsored by Gold Peak Tea, crisp, smooth, refreshing taste that quenches your thirst. Steve-O, that's why you rule. That's why your name is Steve-O Rules. Yes, sir. What is up, Steve-O Rules, man? Passion, what we could do, we could put the accelerometer, the seismic tool, and that one for planes that you were saying, put that one on there and just fly a plane around and just like bunny hop places. Fly over here, land, do the science. Fly up, do science, land, do science. It'd be a little faster than a rover, yeah? Wouldn't have to worry about the land either. And of course the rover for all the surrounding science areas. So what we'll do... Okay. We don't need this. We don't need this. Don't need this. One of these should be enough. So we'll slap this guy on the side. So what does it look like when it opens up? Big splashdown in every biome too? Yeah. Okay, so it extends out a lot. That's fine. Can we do it at an angle? I know a lot of people do like clipping stuff, but I want to try to make it to where it's not clipping. And then we'll be able to keep this. Yeah. Yeah. That looks natural-ish. It is off a bit though. Now it doesn't look natural. But if we stick it there. Do the other one on the other side, just so it's symmetrical. I don't know why I'm trying to do it that way. Hold on, I'm a dummy. Ah, I clicked off. There we go. Yeah, that works. Okay. Okay, retract. Retract. There we go. Okay, actions. Set 1, custom 1. Let's reset all these, okay. Action 1 is going to be extend boom and run magnometer report. Okay? Because that's the only science device we're taking. And then custom 2 will be collect all. Custom 3 will be opening and closing the service bay, while also extending the solar panels. And then 4 again, toggling and then retracting. Cool. I like that. Pilot, still just Bob. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Just run. That's right, because when you hit run, it opens up and then runs the experiment. You're right. You're right. You right. Cargo, we really don't need this. Don't need this. Don't really need that either. Shed some weight, yeah? Bob Scientist, actions set. Do we, for the solar panel, just do toggle so it tap on, tap off again if you set it up for track? I'm gonna invent Breaking Bad simulator where you cook alongside Heisenberg. You end up surviving and fled to a different country where his country is his operations. Have you ever played Schedule 1? You should check that game out. Okay, you said, let's get rid of, hold on. Yeah, let's get those to nothing. 2 does, okay, 1 does magnometer. 2 collects. 3, okay, 3, we want to toggle the doors. And we also wanted to toggle solar panels, so that when we press it, it opens, press it, it closes. Okay. Less commands, more simple. I'd also click on gear options in the action groups, which corresponds to G, and put your lander legs in it. Ah, so G is lander legs, right? Or G. G. G is lander legs. Okay. Retract boom, close doors. We actually don't need lander legs because we're not landing. We're not landing on this mission. We're going to do the seismometer thing later. What we're going to do, we're going to take off. We're going to get an orbit around Kerbal, and we're going to do the magnometer test. And then after that, we're gonna launch to Minmus. We're gonna do it again there, and then we're gonna try and time it to where we can like pass by Mun and get back to Kerbal. 70 and 250, and then again at 250, 2 tests per planet. Thank you. I was just about to ask that because when I did the seismic one, I didn't know you had to be on a polar orbit to do that. I thought, a normal equatorial orbit would have been fine. So one at 70 and then one at 250. Okay. So basically, we're gonna get the 70, and then as we're going away from the planet, we'll hit it again, and then yeah. Okay. I think we're good though. I think everything is set up. Everything's still the same. Let's launch. Little nighttime launch. Let's full throttle. SAS on. Let's open this panel so we can watch. Again, whenever the thrust awake gets to 2, we're going to throttle down. 1 click throttle down. Well, the good thing is as I go into the little lines that show, it'll show when I'm in the high orbit for Minmus and Mun. I can hit it there and then get really close. Like, I usually do 20. Maybe I can get a little closer at like 15, And then I should be able to hit it for low orbit then too. Shoot, I might even get like a specific area if I'm too close. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Launch. Good launch. Start tilted. A little wiggly. I don't think everything's like clamped together again. Down a bit, we're at 2. Lower down. We're twisting a bit, but that's fine. Lower down. Oh, you're so right. Lower down. Oh, I should have made the flag and everything. No, you can't do that when you already start. You gotta do that before you start. That flight simulator where it tries to aim for realism. Realism-ish. Like it's buggy realism. There is something they call the Kerbal Kraken, where sometimes the game has trouble with the physics and everything goes wonky. I know there's a way to make a unlimited fuel rocket basically using magnets to like pull each other. Very good launch. We burnt more fuel this time than we did last time, so not nearly as efficient. Which isn't that big of an issue. We'll get to 75. Call it good. Yeah, Dev's doing the best with what they got. Yeah. Okay. Maneuver set. Let's maneuver. Okay, what were my commands again? If we do... Well, let's get to orbit first. Let's just take our time. Very clever workarounds going on that allow a player to transition between planets without a loading screen. Yeah, yeah. It's a great game. For what it's designed to do, it's pretty awesome. I am thinking about I really want to play what I'm thinking of doing, right? Apparently there's multiple ways you can beat No Man's Sky. One of those ways is to get to the center of the galaxy, the black hole. So I think when I play that and stream it, that's going to be the goal, is to get to the center. I don't know what that's going to take. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I think it'll be fun. All right, 30 seconds. Speed up time a bit. Good thing is our burn time's only 17 seconds, so even though we used more fuel on the front end, we're going to use less fuel to get our orbit. So, I mean, which one's more efficient, right? What? No. No. Okay. We now have our orbit. Okay. 3 opens up and the panels come out. Okay. Sweet. That means 2 should be our science. It didn't work. 4. No. Alright, that's fine. We'll do it ourselves. Oh, I think I know why. I think it's because I have the door. These doors on both of them. So, like you said, they can be kind of wonky if you have them the same. Ah, beautiful sunlight. Ah. Lights on so we can see our craft. Yeah, I think it's this one I can edit action groups. But we'll worry about it when we get back. It's not that big of a deal. The one I mainly liked was the solar panels. Just opening the door and the solar panels come out. I'm probably going to switch that one to the number 2 or number 1 because that's kind of what we want to do first. I want these in order of when I'm going to do them. Like 1 opens the doors, brings out the solar panels. 2 does all the science. 3 stores the science. Yeah. Alright. Is that in orbit? Landed. Oh, maybe it didn't fully get destroyed. Alright, first we go... I really don't want to have to spin myself. Damn, but I'm probably gonna have to. I mean, if we have to get a Mun one first, that's fine. I'll get a Mun one first. We'll adapt, you know what I mean? Well, let's do this. Set as target. Let's be a little smart about this. It's like the smallest possible. It's like if we weren't being affected by the Mun, we could get it. Damn, I really don't want to rotate my axis. I really don't. I mean, if I'm being honest, we might be able to take advantage of this because there is something going on here, and we might be able to take advantage of that. Even if we just go to the Mun and come back, and then go out again, we can do that. There's no calculations or planning. What are you? Have a very wide orbit, don't you? Okay, 20 minutes. If we can hit both planets, awesome. If we can't, it's whatever. Alright, we got it as close as we can. So let's hit our maneuver point, which luckily is not that far. No, we want to keep that up. Okay. 26 minutes. Let's speed up time. Since we're not landing too, we should have plenty of fuel to do this. Like our big rocket might get us to both of them with plenty of fuel, and I'll still have nearly all my small rocket to get us home. Alright, 40 seconds. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. This is a 30-second burn. It's a big burn. Seconds. Bam. Beautiful. Okay, and we're not gonna warp too fast. We want to be at above 250 and then do the science again. So we're still gonna add our maneuver. That way we can adjust this closer. But yeah, after we do this maneuver, we can fast travel to this point, do the science, we'll come in, do the science again. But between these 2 points is when we're going to try to do a maneuver here too, to hopefully get us to Minmus. Hopefully. I think a 17k meter pass should be close enough. Okay. We're at 100k. Let's go ahead and get to our maneuver point. Collect all the data. I don't have that on a point. Meow. Okay. Speed up a bit. That way we're not just floating forever until 200k. Was it 250 plus? 250 plus. Run. More science. Hell yeah. Okay. Collect data. Okay. Now we can speed up to our point. This is a cool view, by the way. Just looking down the shaft. It's a great view. 0.5 second burn. I don't like that. I would like at least a second burn. 2 seconds works. Okay, 50 seconds. Four, 3, 2, 1. 2 seconds. That's cool. At this angle, you see the craft actually wobbling and everything. There we go. Let's put the thrust back to max. What do we got here? 33. We can make that a little closer. We'll do it when we're here, though. Warp here. This should be high above. High over the mun. Another 90. Collect. Okay. $18. Okay, now we have time. Let's add a maneuver here, right? And then, what's that red one? The sun? We could take a really long trip and get some info from the sun. Set that as our target. Okay. might not be able to get anything, and that's fine. Oh, there's something. Hold up. You might have something here. You know what? Let's slow down. Let's get an orbit, and then we'll do it. Because with an orbit, we can have a better chance. Okay, there we go. Okay. Get to our maneuver point. Multi-satellite body information science collection. Alright, we're all lined up. Let's fast travel for our 1 second burn. Alright, 1 minute, speed time up. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Perfect. Okay, are we still at a good point? Yeah, we are. $18. Sweet. The sun. We got 34 minutes to look. So yeah, we now, with this, we'll have a huge parapet around the sun. I wonder if we could hit Eve. We have a lot of fuel. You're not gonna let me add maneuver? Oh, I know why. Extend. Well, it was actually not the reason why, but I don't know why it wasn't. Let that do its thing. Might not be able to. I think because the maneuver we have set, yeah, our current path takes us on what it's showing. But we already have a plan going, so let's not do anything more crazy than we already have to do. All right. Getting closer to the mun. All right, we'll go from tip angle this time. All right, speed of time. Five seconds for a 10-second burn. And there we go. We should have an orbit. Lovely. Okay, now that we're here. Run report. In space near Mun. 135. Holy crap. Okay. Collect data. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Okay, we now have that set as target. Let's see what we can do. We're definitely probably gonna have to rotate. Hold on. Let me click debris off. It'll be a lot harder than I expected. Okay. Let's... No, that's not what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. Fast travel. Hopefully we rotate quickly. Because I forgot to do the maneuver. Shouldn't take more than a minute. Okay, let's adjust our axes. 30 seconds. Five seconds. 2, 1, burn. That's good. Alright, now let's see what we can do. Man, things get real funky on this game, don't they? What we might have to do is use some fuel. To go back around Kerbin. And then kind of use that as a slingshot, right? And shoot us out to Kerbal. Hold up, I'm getting something over there. It's going. The hard part right now is from the Mun getting an encounter with Minmus. Right now I'm starting to think it'll just be easier to fly back to Kerbin with a very large something like this, and then using that speed to give us a big boost, you know? To give us an attempt at a slingshot. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because then I can add a maneuver and try to use speed to my... Yeah. I think I'll do that. I think that's my best option. I have plenty of fuel. I'm not worried about fuel. I still have a whole nother tank of fuel. Yeah, fancy moves. I have to use slingshot maneuvers, because it could just be the game engine, but I couldn't get the thing to get any kind of interaction with Minmus. You saw it, almost had something there, just shooting back to Kerbin and slingshotting, but even then, just nothing. So I got everything I needed for the mud. Now we're doing this maneuver. Flying real close to the planet. Okay, 1 minute. We'll do our usual thing of speeding up time to about 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2. That's why it was 30 seconds. High Kerbin over one? Yeah, I got the high Kerbin, I got the low Kerbin, I got the high Mun and the low Mun. So right now we're just working on Minmus. Add maneuver. Oh! Oh! Look at that. That works so perfectly. We're going to be shooting right to Minmus with that right there. Nice clean sweep, isn't it? Yeah, and then we can adjust that on our path back. Oh, that works so perfectly. Okay. I'm gonna go back here. Maneuver. Oh, that works so great. I'm so glad. Because not only that, I don't have to make an orbit. That's gonna be a nice orbit. I can get high orbit, I can get low orbit, and just come right back to Earth. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. It is a long trip, though. Does this tell me how long the trip's been? Has it really only been 6 hours for these guys? No way it hasn't even been a day on this trip. Another five. I mean, it makes sense. This trip right here is going to take about 5 hours. We do need to adjust the burn time, though. We need a 3 seconds works. Speed up. There's the planet. Mission elapsed time. So, it's only been a day. We've been doing good. Oh, and we're going to be smoking with speed, too. Since we're getting pulled by the planet. That's why our burn time is so short. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Burn. Nice little slingshot maneuver. Oh yeah, we're zooming too. Okay. Like always, we'll do a maneuver. Alright, I need to do fine tuning. Oh, that's not fine tuning. There we go. Okay. Perfect. 10 meters might be a little close. Let's go closer. No. Actually, for this planet, 10 meters should be fine, right? That shouldn't be any issue at all. Let's go 14. Let's be a little safe, yeah? Alright, back to the craft. 0.1 second. Holy crap. Nearly no thrust, and it's gonna be 5 seconds. Wow. That's what speed gets you. We still haven't even dropped our whole tank. Okay, let's fast travel to the point. .1 seconds, yeah. Just spit on that thing. Yeah, usually nearly, probably like less than 1%. It's still gonna be a 5-second burn. Three, two, one. All right. What are we at? We at 26, so it's a little higher than I wanted, but that's fine. Any closer, and it's just gonna be annoying. 0.1 second burn, even with the burn that we have now. Put thrust and limiter back to max. We're still on a path to come back to Minmus. So that's gonna be the longest part too. T minus 22 days. So now we warp here. Where's the planet at? There it is. Alright, we're here. Run the Magno. Yep. Okay. Collect. Sweet. Alright, now we're gonna be... Let's warp here. Okay, if we run it now, are we gonna be low or still on high? High over. We already have high over. We need low over. So let's go ahead and warp to here. Let's get low. Hopefully we don't have to make a maneuver to... In space near. There we go. Okay, we got it. Collect all. Sweet. All right. So yeah, it looks like we drift off and then what? Like, oh, so we get super slow and we get picked up right here. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be too low, but yeah. Let's warp here. I want to see how slow we're going. Yeah. At the parapet, we're going nearly only 52 meters per second. That's funny. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. And then we're going to get caught by its orbit, and we're going to be coming back in. I wonder how fast we're going to be coming in at the parapet. Actually, I need to make a maneuver. There we go. 0.2 seconds of a burn. Jeez. 4 seconds in 3 hours. Let's warp. Man, we have a whole nother tank of fuel too. Four, three, two, one. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and face retrograde. And we're gonna head home. Warp here. This is probably the longest part of this trip. Basically 15 days floating out in space, going nowhere until we get picked up by Kerbin's orbit, and then the travel time back. Still many kilometers above. And then a fiery welcome party, yep. Guess I need to start detaching. Or we could burn to slow ourselves down. These rockets, though, they do pretty good. Yeah, I probably could. In fact, I need to go ahead and detach. I need to close everything. Antenna. Where are you, antenna? You need to be pulled up. Whew, just in time. Just started heating up. And that is a successful mission. You know, it came in at 2,000 meters per second. Oh, we didn't watch the stuff burn up. Damn it. Oh well. I'm sure we'll hear booms here in a minute. Oh, snap. It's already 5:30. Holy crap. We can get food and stuff ready. Oh, there's a boom. There's another boom. Ah, there's another boom. Right there. We do not boom, though. So, 600-ish, probably close to 700 more science just from that one little mission. Very successful mission, might I add. What the heck was that? Oh, that was things crashing. Freaks me out every time. It'll slow us down a lot. Too bad we didn't bring all the other science stuff. We could do science stuff here. Actually, I think I've landed here before. Yeah, there's a rock. Bink. Oh no, my solar panels fell off. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Ah, my back. Almost 900. Wow. Fully deployment communications data transmission has been designed in a minimal form factor when. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Hold on. We'll pick some science in a minute. While I'm doing that, you guys feel free to look at it and then tell me your recommendations while I go run to the bathroom. Oh. Okay. What recommendations do we have? We have none. No one cares. No one cares. There's my mouse. Good distraction from my almost tirade of uselessness. Alright, we wanted this. Yep. Grab a max navigative gravioli detector. Device for capturing and measuring the elusive negative gravioli particle used from determining the precise strength of gravitational fields. So, more sciencey? Of course, the drills and everything. Trying to repack my service bay, but the prioritize science instruments rules always apply. Yeah. So that's the gravioli detector people say is OP, right? Gets like a ton of sciencey stuff. I do think we should get this because we might have to make our rocket a little thicker. Actuators. No, we don't need gravity units yet. We will need airstreams. Fuel tanks would be nice. We don't need heavier rockets yet, because what we have is good. Okay. We have 100 science left, which is cool. Yeah. I know weight's not going to be a problem. Yeah, what is that ravioli thing? Of course it gets science, but what do I gotta do with this thing? Okay. Should be able to reset Science Junior with a scientist by now. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. That is a thing. Did I not get the big science thing? I swore I did. It's like one of the main things I was trying to get. What heck? Yeah, I got it. Mobile processing lab. Okay. I'm just blind and dumb is all. While landed on all biomes, in space, low over all biomes, and high over all biomes. So everywhere, just like the basic science stuff's okay. There it is. Yeah, I'm just blind and dumb. Okay. We shall save this as what happened? Sweet tea. Go ahead. Delete. Delete. scan is one of the few that gives you unique per bioscience from high orbit. So that would have been amazing for a satellite. Huh. Okay, so what do we need for a satellite? We need things. Let's delete this whole craft and start over. So I will need a scientist to be on there. It's gonna be less of a satellite and more of a space station. Yeah. I don't have very many scanners. I just unlocked this one with these. But I saw this thing and I thought about getting it, but it would ate up all my resources. So okay, so we will need a scientist. How many people can fit in the science tube? 2. So we need 2 scientists. Okay, so let's hire a scientist because we're gonna need one. We only got one available. It's kind of dumb, but that's fine. He can hold the flashlight. That Sentinel telescope is a pain. Only gives you 1 science experiment per planet. Valuable but painful. Okay. Capacity of 2. This is gonna look funny, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, that's the one with the exploding doors. We don't want that. Too small. But that's too big. That's a fuel tank adapter, not really what we want. It is kind of the only adapter we have. Oh, here we go. Nope. Nope. Those are the wrong things anyways. Put people in the lab and launch with it. They don't need to transition in orbit, assuming you're planning on sending the lab. Yes. So they don't need to be. They don't need a structure to fly from. They can do it from the lab. That's even better. We need to hire 2 scientists. So I really don't want to send Bob up there. That's fine. We'll worry about that after the design. Okay. We will want probably not that small. You could send a remote controlled ship and only send the scientist if you wanted. Well, for this thing, we'll need the scientist for small fuel tank. Darn it. Okay, hold on. Decoupler. If we're doing a decoupler, we will need, because I don't want, this is probably not going to be a permanent in the sky craft. It'll come back down, and for me the easiest way to do that is to just bring them back down. Super small widow terrier, or we could bump it up to something a little stronger. Poodle. And that's just to get the prograde, retrograde to the position we want. Okay. I know you're probably wondering, what the fuck is he doing? Just give me a minute. Let me cook. Let me cook. Yeah, we could probably just do it with one scientist, yeah. It'll just take him a little longer. Where are those ladders? Are there any ladders, or am I going to have to do some space walking? Probably have to do some space walking. If we're going to have a returning craft, we could do... This thing is lighter. Climb up there, get in there, and then come back down. Okay. Science Junior will fit beautifully. Okay. I don't know what all science things up there that I can use, but we're gonna throw everything. Sciences we know we can do. We do need the science storage. There we go. Okay. Scanning arms, no. Spectrovalrometer, you said that's for on planet, so we can't use that. Seismic accelerometer is also on planet, can't use that. This thing is massive. Holy crap. I mean, is it ridiculous if it works? Parachutes. Parachutes. Let's do there. And then two there. Okay. Maybe with the scanner, maybe we can do something creative, yeah? To reset experiments with the lab's clean function consumes like 5 power per second per experiment cleaning, by the way. Okay. We have hinges and pulleys and arms. What if... Darn it, zoom in. Okay. Rotate that to about there, right? And then... This one weighs less. Just let that there. Let them cook, let them cook. So that. Oh, you need to be on like a servo though. No. There we go. There we go. Okay. This is what I want. Another one. Bites the dust. And another one. Bites the dust. Okay. Don't like you that way. There we go. Close enough. Okay. And then one more arm. Jesus. Like so. There we go. Okay. You see what I'm going with? Do you see what I'm going with here? Alright, this thing's so freaking massive. That's gonna stick out like a freaking weird thumb. So if we do this, I have it on both sides. It's a robot. He's got little clamps. The clamps. Ah, that's great. Obviously, you need to be rotated now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Now for the infrared telescope. So we're gonna have to do something similar, but we shouldn't need to do nearly as crazy. What if we just slap this? No? Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do something somewhat simple. Just gotta go. Alright, so what we can do is, right? Just grab this. Double it up. Darn it. Stupid thing. Okay. No. Get you back center. There we go. Let's get you center. That's not center. That is center. Okay. And then slap this guy. No, that's not one. Just one of them. Underneath. And then, even though this thing is probably pointless, it doesn't get us any science. You not want to connect to that? Huh? See what you're trying to connect to. Why do you want to connect to that but nothing else? Huh? Why won't you connect to that? There we go. It looks ridiculous. You got a punching hand and a grabbing hand. That's great. That is hilarious. My brother told me I should play this game. Should I? Yes, you should. You see how much fun I'm having? You gotta flip it over and hold Alt to make the notes, friends. Yeah, I got there. I got there. I mean, look at the robot I'm creating. He's got stumpy little legs. He's got a punch arm and a grabby arm. Science for belly. Okay, we have those. We have all the science. We don't have... I don't lower this down. What happened to the other side? How could you guys? There we go. Why did it take the other side off? What heck? Huh? There. Stop. Ruining. Yes, cool. Butt sub. Butt sub? Parallels asymmetry mode. When you edit one side, the other will conform. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't need like a rotation servo on this thing, do I? I guess for scienciness, it would make it better. Because then I can, like, rotate it. Place the arm, copy by holding it, and place that on the other side. Yeah. I don't want you to move both arms. You're supposed to be independent of each other. Oh well. That's fine. How's it look? It looks great. It looks fabulous. Alright, the reason I wanted to lower that is because now we gotta slap on magnetron. Okay, we got all the basic science. Can't use that, can't use that, can't use that. That's in there, that's in there, that's in there. Good, 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 good. Good, good. Can't use that. Everyone in quiz saw atmosphere. Well, land on a plane. Can't use that. Okay, we have everything we need in there. Now, we need power. Power's gonna be big. Probably gonna need a lot of it. So I'm gonna place 4 of these. You can also right-click the base of each arm and select Remove from Symmetry to make them independent, but sometimes crashes the game. Dear God, we don't want any crashes. Okay. Actually, I'm guessing these weigh more than these ones. Yeah. We're gonna get the more, they're permanently open ones. Okay. Science is complete. Close the door on the things, even though there's poles there. Okay. It looks ridiculous. There are other parachutes we could probably stick on there, huh? Yeah. Just make sure our boys are safe, you know what I mean? How big do the flags get? Not very big. That's too bad. Oh! Okay. Even though we probably won't have them on all the time. How about we slap a satellite, or yeah, a transmitter on this thing too? In case something happens to them, we can still transmit the data. The new Dyson vacuum garbage can sweeper? Yeah. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's the black hole exterminator. Because we can, we're going to rotate it. Oh, so slightly. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We'll rotate that. That'll light up the inside nice and pretty. What else do we need? That's essentially it for the craft. Our space station. Next, we need probably the big one, huh? Oh yeah, it's gonna have to be fat. Oh, just fat enough. Place it. I think that is just a bit too in. Let's see if we can. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a bullet. That looks terrible. Alright. We need probably what? Two of the probably two of these. And then what's its weight? Massive. Thickness. Girthy. Let's just say we're probably going to need a lot of power. And we may not have it. We might have to do another mission before we can try this. 600. 6. Where can I see the weight again? How do I do that? One of the bottom right buttons. Engineers reports 54 parts, mass 91 tons. I don't know why I thought it'd be more. Okay, and then of course we need decoupling. One. Probably just two of those. These again. What's that give us? Ooh, that's not good. Well, that's not good. Not good at all. We might have to use some of these solid fuel thrusters to give us a big boost. Don't know. And again, what if we delete this, slap that on there? We just need the big ones to get us into space. And then we just need enough fuel, right? To get us we do need to slap some of this on there though. That didn't help. 4. I'm not heading to a planet. This is technically going to be a satellite. All three on there? 0.81. My delta V. My thrust is 28. I need 34. We might not just have the engines to do this yet. And then we do some funny business. It's even worse. Little mites. What if we do just 3? I got 4,500 meters per second. That means I should be able to make it, right? And all we can do is give it a try, right? It's just too girthy. We don't have rockets strong enough yet. So what we'll have to do is put this on hold for now. That's what we're gonna have to do. Because we don't have enough power to get this weight into space yet. You think I can make it here with that? Alright, let's do a quick try then. This one will be extra sweet tea. The vessel has no remote controller or manned command module. It won't be controllable. Jeb, get up on in there. Yeah, probe core would probably be better. Probe core. Next step in unmanned Yeah, let's do Jeb. You've been wanting to fly this whole time, Jeb. Now's your chance. No, I can't do that. Because this only has one seat. It only has one seat. And that seat is for him to come home in, so. Where am I gonna slap you? We could just not have that. We have plenty of parachutes anyways. Yeah, I know, I'm hurrying up. You hungry? We got the probe. We got his seats for when he comes back. Okay. What else am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything else. Next step. The small unit can not only receive and relay control, it also provides automatic stabilization assistance, just as a live pilot would also. Its 8-sided stylistic design features a lot set service and tips. We'll see. We'll see. Got SAS, stability control. Yeah, I know. Running out of time, running out of time. Alright, so we got him, parachutes, person in there, got all that. Something else I was thinking about doing. Winglets. Yeah, that's what I said. That's fine. That's fine. We just need to do some more missions to get more science. And with said science, get us home. Okay, but I think it's ready for the most part. Okay, but that's all I had. I've already cut about 20 minutes into my time frame. So I gotta go. Appreciate everyone who came out. Hope everybody likes, subscribes, watches some of my other videos maybe. Oh, power source. That's right. That's what I was doing. That way you guys are entertained until I come back. And then next time we come on, yeah, hope you had fun. Thanks for coming. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. And when we come back on, we'll launch extra sweet tea into orbit. And hopefully with stronger rockets we can get it to how we want. But this goopy thing, yeah, it's great. Alright everybody. Bye. Bye.